Yo, 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 what's up, people? This your boy P. Ross back in the building. And I got the homie.
Hey, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Micah, aka C capital M to the S in the flesh,
And we are.
the Purple Underground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, man?
Not much. How's it going, my brother?
It's going, it's going, it's going. You know.
How's it, man? How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was pretty good, man. Ate good, you know, talked some good shit. Went out to the movies, you know what I'm saying? Took my daughter to see The Good Dinosaur. So,
Oh, okay.
it was pretty dope,
Nice.
you know.
Yeah, I actually went up to my grandmother's home and spent time with my family on my father's side, and we had a nice time. I ate very well. Food was
Right,
on point, like always.
right.
I got to give a shout out to my the Simpsons family,
Shout out to
and
the Simpsons.
yes,
The Simpsons.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. But we had a very nice time, and truly blessed, truly blessed. Thank God.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, man. So when I was when I was spending time with my family, I got a chance to chop it up with one of my cousins, one of my older cousins who I look up to. Shout out to my big cousin Kenny, and he's also a music enthusiast, especially of hip hop. So we were kind of catching up, just to see, what both of us been listening to. I asked him if he's checked out the new Jadakiss album, Top Five Dead or Alive, and he's a big fan of the Locks, and so of course he had it, and we were talking about that.
And
And
Jadakiss album is fire, by the way.
yes, indeed, indeed, I haven't had a chance to go out and purchase the album, but I will, because Jada is one of my favorite rappers that's out. But we were just talking about that album and some of the other stuff that's out that we don't know, or so. But we were talking about how it's just crazy now. A lot of artists who put out the new albums or mixtapes, sometimes you don't even catch it like right away, like you used to back in the day. Like
Right.
you knew when an artist was going to get ready to drop the album, you knew the release date, and it's just crazy now. But like I was telling him, it's so much music that's coming out like every week or this day. It's really hard to digest, So we were just talking about that, and just kind of saying, like, man, remember the magazines, and they had like the ads, and they were advertising like a certain artist or whatever record company, the roster, like they was dropping in the fall or something like that. So we were just talking about that, but what I was thinking about when I got home, I said, in this day and age, even though, Prince has sort of done this, but I thought about Prince, the Prince of the 80s, when he was at his peak, from, let's say, 82 all the way up to about 87, when he wanted to release so much music and record so much. This day and age would have been perfect for him just to drop, especially if he was independent. And I just kind of thought about that, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Let me bring this topic of, to my good friend and big brother P. Ross and see what he thinks. And also, I was thinking, like, man, we should do a video on this just to kind of discuss it and see what the viewers think and everything. Oh, by the way, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of our viewers, all of our subscribers out there. Much love.
Yes, most definitely, most definitely.
Got to give thanks to those who support us.
Right, so, right, for sure.
Yes, yeah, man. So I had thought about that. You know what I'm saying? I thought this would be a good topic to discuss.
Right. Well, the music is coming faster. One reason is probably because you remember, like in the early '80s, there were only like a handful of rappers that was like nationwide, like knew about.
Right.
And, as it progressed through the '80s, you know what I'm saying, you had more and more and more. And then like into the '90s, you had even more and more and more. And now in the 2000s, they're even especially the hip hop market is just saturated. Like whether you think it's good or bad, it don't matter. It's still saturated. I think the internet age is kind of like it has a good vice and a bad vice, and the bad vice meaning that okay, if you want a honest review or you want to know what's coming out, I read some good reviews and things like that. And there are certain websites that do like report like when things are coming out, but it's really not too many. I remember going on the Sources website, because I used to buy their magazine. But
yeah, same here. Yep.
But like their website really don't tell you too much. You know what I mean? As far as like hip hop go, but there are good hip hop sites that you can go to.
Right.
I frequent one called hiphopdx.com. There's actually a good YouTube channel, Dead End Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yes. Yes, I like watching those videos.
Right. But yeah, it is definitely oversaturated, and you don't know. And then I hear a lot of people complain about like the rap, and especially with R&B, like there's no good rap, there's no good R&B, and it's almost like you have to search for the shit to find it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You have to search to find what's good. Like, for example, as far as R&B go, one of the best R&B albums this year, I think, was Tyrese's album, Black Rose. But it kind of came and went. But it's I still listen to it.
Right.
But it's a great R&B album. You know what I mean?
Right. I thought it was very good. I had to go back and listen to it a few times, but from what I listened to, I actually enjoyed it.
Then as far as like hip hop go, this year to me has been one of the best hip hop years this year.
Yeah,
I mean, not one of the best hip hop years in a long time.
Right.
You had like Kendrick dropped, Dre dropped, Redman, Method Man drop albums, Jada Kiss, of course, Ludacris, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Scarface. So it has been pretty good. You just have to know, like, where to find it and search for it. And I think it's getting harder these days due to the saturation of music, and maybe the fact that certain record companies and maybe radio stations are playing other shit other than what you are looking for.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you may hear like a Future song on the radio where they're not playing the Scarface song. You see what I'm saying? So how would you know Scarface even got an album if they ain't playing the shit on the radio?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Radio was like one of the biggest ways that you knew that an artist had a new album out or had an album coming.
Exactly. I mean, that was the actual voice. I mean, for our ears, really. Like, it's like, okay, how do you know what's good in music? Like, the first thing you would think is, okay, what's on the radio?
Right. So we don't necessarily have that tool. And I guess as time progressed, you know what I'm saying, radio have to keep up with the times, and you know, you have people making playlists for DJs to play certain songs, which
Right.
I think is wrong. But you know, there are internet radio stations. You have like satellite radio. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
you know, but you just have to search and look for it more.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as
It's almost. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you can go, you go.
No, you know, when you brought up Scarface, it's almost like I don't know. It's I don't know. Like you said, you know, how would people know who grew up on Scarface, or even people who are, or young people who are just new or discovering Scarface? How would they even know unless you follow him like faithfully?
Right.
You know, that's the only way that you would know. But it's almost like,
but even to the faithful, it's still hard because it's so much out there and there's so much to digest.
right, exactly. But it's almost like you have to have multiple radio stations nowadays, like to where like you know how they got the adult contemporary, I don't know, let's say R&B or contemporary, I don't know, like pop or something.
Right.
Like it's almost like they're going to have to do that for hip hop as well. You know what I'm saying? Like
sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Scarface album is fire.
Yes, it is.
As well.
Yes, it is.
You know, so I mean, you know, even you even take someone like Dr. Dre, who had a very good album out too. I haven't heard none of his music on the radio or even being talked about like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole Straight Outta Compton movie was pretty much the biggest buzz. You know, as far as, right? You know, as far as like that. I mean, yeah, they said, you know, Dre got a new album coming, and it was talked about, but you don't hear too many people talking about, oh, this song is the joint, or you know, or that song is the joint. Like, you don't really hear it being talked about as much as compared when the Chronic came out, or even the Chronic 2001. Right. So,
yeah, for sure. And then, like, as far as Prince go in the scenario, if he had the same tools then that we have now, as far as like being independent and doing internet releases and having like an MPG music club and all that stuff, I would like to think that we would have like a definitive crystal ball from him that he wanted to release then, or maybe a Dream Factory, so on and so forth. You know,
right?
I would like to think that, but with his mind, would he have been mature enough to see like into that future, like into the 80s?
Right.
Is the question, and I don't know, because like, you know, when he was making buku's money.
Right.
So when you making that money, you know what I'm saying, you ain't really thinking like, you know, you on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? Purple Rain was hot. You know what I'm saying? Practically everything he touched was hot in the 80s.
Right.
So would he have been in his mind like this is the thing to do? You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, that's my only question about it. And I would like to think, yeah.
Right, or even with this, even though back then, you know, if he was putting out the amount of music back then like a lot of these artists do today, I mean, but even back then, you know, Warner Brothers or some people felt like, man, he's putting out a lot of albums where it was a little overwhelming for the average listener. I mean, you know, to quote what Little Richard has said on the Omnibus little documentary, or the you know, the Prince, you know, he's got so much to give, and you know, sometimes he needs to just hold back just a little bit to where people can really appreciate his gifts. You know those albums. Right. So it's like, well, you know, like the whole point was, you know, would the Prince of the 80s, let's say if he was doing what a lot of these artists are doing today, if he was, you know, younger if he was in this day, the younger Prince in this day and time, would his music be oversaturated, or would it be more embraced? You know, because I mean, if he was like that, like a lot of these artists today, I can see him dropping like almost like mixtapes
Right.
or you know, things like that.
Right.
You know,
Well, to me, that's pretty much what he done with the MPG Music Club. Although when it first started, it was a little like that first year.
yeah,
I think it was like $7.77 a month, $7.77 a month.
right,
You know what I'm saying? You got like singles and the MPG audios,
mm-hmm.
and I think the month of October, one of the fall months, the Rainbow Children had dropped or something like that. Oh
Yeah,
and you know you got that. But year two, I think year two was even worse than year one if you didn't get to go to a sound check or something like I did in Chicago. But anyway, you know, if you didn't get to go to a sound check, you know,
yeah,
you only got like 4 albums. And some people probably didn't get none of the albums. I mean, I know it was problem with the shipping of I think the One Night Alone live set,
right,
you know, but I didn't think it came into greatness until like the I want to say 2004 during the Musicology tour when he had like the Musicology store. And you know, he had like Musicology for Sale, the Chocolate Invasion, the Slaughterhouse, C Note, and several other things. He had like little singles. I know he had the single from the live single. I think it was Strange Relationship from that bootleg for those of you on Volume.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
you know, if he had a tool like that then, would he have pursued it then? Yeah, I think he would have.
Yeah.
But not to get technical or into logistics or anything, but it would be like maybe one of them issues of, okay, what would the record company say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe what happened in the early to mid 90s with him changing his name would have sped up that process. And maybe it would have happened then instead of happening in the 90s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he was maybe thinking that way.
Yeah, because, and then also, if he would have really got his way, he probably would have did a little bit more, like with some of those albums. Like, okay, for example, you take the Gold Experience. By that time, it came out in September of '95. I don't think he was really promoting that album as hard. He wasn't going hard with the promotion like he was a year ago in '94 when he wanted to put it out, when he was really performing a lot of that material, even though he was still performing the material in '95 as well when he was doing shows. But his main focus by that time, I think, was Emancipation, because that was like, okay, he was trying to embark on this big project, you know, which did become like probably his most ambitious project to this date. You know, putting out a 3 triple CD set, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's you know, little things like that, and I mean, even, you know, if he would have, you know, do things like some of those other unreleased projects where they have came out, like Roadhouse Garden, and
actually, Roadhouse Garden could have came out. It was supposed to come out like during MPG Music Club days.
Right. Yeah, because I remember it was supposed to come out, I want to say around 99-ish, somewhere around that, like 98, 99-ish, and maybe a little bit after that.
Right.
But from what I've read, he wanted Lisa and Wendy's input, but
he didn't really need it in order to finish the album.
or something like that. Or didn't you say that he wasn't gonna pay them, or?
Nah, it was something like he wanted their input, but he really didn't need it to finish the album or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Some old shit.
Yeah, because I would have really. Well, I know the fans. We would love to hear those tracks, man. Because those, I mean,
oh yeah.
He really put out some great material. You know, just off the stuff that's circulating.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So yeah, is the market oversaturated? Yes, it is.
Yeah, I would say so. And like you said about going back to what you said about good R&B, yeah, there's definitely some good R&B, but it's just a shame that the way I think we all kind of grew up on music, we were taught that the radio is what dictates what is good. Yeah, what's good on the radio, and that's not always the case. You know,
right?
You know.
Mhm.
And I repeat, not always. Not to say the radio doesn't play good music, but some of that stuff they play today is okay. It's gonna be here today, gone tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just an interesting, topic. You know what I'm saying? As far as like with all genres of music and and just with our boy Prince.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So what y'all think, people? Is the market of music oversaturated nowadays? Is it hard for y'all to find good music? I mean, I don't know. It ain't hard for me. I know it can be hard though, but it's not really hard for me because I be looking and I be searching for shit. So
yeah,
So all right, we gonna conclude this little wrap up. I'm P. Ross.
Yes, and I'm Micah, aka C capital M to the S.
And who are we?
We are the Purple Underground.
What?
The new breed.
What? Who? What? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.